Hello and welcome to Entrepreneur's Toolbox. My name is Jonathan Dunkerley, and today we're going to be talking about basically how to use a tool called Kyber to create some really cool videos. And one of the things about creating cool videos with something like Kyber or any of the other AI photo or video prompting tools that you have out there right now is that you need to have a good prompt. If you don't have a good prompt, you're not going to actually have a good output. But let me just dive in real quick. And just a reminder, if you get value out of this video, make sure that you hit the subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that bell. It really helps the algorithm. I really appreciate it. And let's dive right into it. So, okay, I'm going to bring up, let's get right into it. And 1 second, which was the right tab. Okay, yeah, there we go. So this is Kyber. Kyber is a subscription tool. There is a free version, but when I signed up for the free version, it was actually when I signed up for the free version of Kyber, it put me on a waiting list and I wasn't able to do anything. Let me actually just double check and make sure that we are streaming to all the other platforms. So we're streaming to YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook right now. So if you are watching this on Twitter or Facebook, anytime that I reference any link or anything, it would be in my YouTube description. And if you need to find my YouTube channel, it's under that ticker at the bottom that says youtube.com/@eToolbox. And you could easily find my YouTube channel and anything I reference in the description. So let me make sure. Oh, look at me right there. I'm streaming on Twitter, and let me just double check Facebook, making sure that everybody is getting the stream. Look at that. Facebook streaming. Perfect. We're all great. We're great. We're all great. Okay. Let me just double check. Okay. So again, this is Kyber, and they have a couple different things. They have it's a subscription service. They give you a certain amount of credits per month. Let me just go actually and take a look at the my plan. I have why does it show the $5? I don't do the $5. So I do this one. I don't know why it's not showing it as a that I already am subscribed to it. But these are their subscriptions. There's a link to Kyber in the description as well on YouTube if you are interested in Kyber. If you click that link, it is an affiliate link and it supports this channel. So I really appreciate it if you end up going through that link. But let me just show you a little bit about why I personally subscribe to Kyber, because I like it. I do this pro level. I haven't really needed the other levels. And one thing I do like about Kyber is that their credits roll over. I look at other streaming platforms and stuff like that, or not streaming platforms, other AI platforms, and they get like, oh, you got 1,000 credits this month. Cool. And then if you don't use it that month, they just expire and you basically paid for nothing. One thing I like about Kyber is see if they have their different models. You have it's $10 a month. It's actually $15 if you pay monthly, but it basically you say $120 and you get 12,000 credits. The difference is that you just pay a little bit less if you do pay for the whole year by $5 a month. So I guess that saves you $30 versus, so you're paying $120 versus $150. So there you go. But one thing that you get with this that I really like is that they roll over. They're and if you do the yearly, they'll just give you all 12,000 credits right off the bat, which is pretty cool. So yeah, I'm really liking it. It's pretty affordable. But just so you know that it is a paid thing. So what I'm talking about, if you do that, grab their free one, grab their cheap one, it doesn't matter. So okay, let me just dive right back into it. Okay, so what I wanted to talk about is you could just go to Kyber and you can create a prompt. You could start with beginning with the initial image, which means that you take an image that you've either generated with AI somewhere else, or you could take a real photo, something of yourself, and use that as the beginning prompt. I've seen some people that use video, and the way that you would do that with video is if you wanted it to cut directly from a video, is you would take the very last frame of your video and make that the image that's referenced, and then it would just flow through and give it the direction. So there's a lot of cool things, and you just splice the two videos together at that point. Or you could transform existing video, and you could actually look, here, let me actually bring this up. So transform an existing video, you could look at their gallery, and you could see some of the stuff that they have. Is it under gallery, or do they change the site? Maybe it's not under gallery, or maybe it's under product. They just redid their site recently. I'll find it. So there's just a lot of music videos that they used, and they use that as an example. So, and a lot of them, they just took the face and they put like a layer, an animation layer of the character. So, some hacks that I've been using in order to create some pretty cool prompts. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually go to ChatGPT and actually create the prompt there first. If you go, and it's only going to give you as good of a output as what you put into it in tools like this. So I'm going to go over to ChatGPT first. Let me just go over to the thing. Let me see, make sure it's the right one. Okay, I'll switch over there. So this is ChatGPT. I'm going to, I started off by just creating I'm going to use plugins. So just so you know, since I'm using plugins, this is part of ChatGPT Plus. So you could do this without the plugins. I just find that it's going to work a lot better if you use the plugins, just because, hey, you know, they created them for this purpose, that they're actually going to be able to dive into that one purpose. So, all right, so I'm just going to go here. I'm going to use one called Perfect Prompt. Is going to be the first plugin that I'm going to be using. I'm going to go through a couple plugins that I've used in order to do this. So if you don't have Perfect Prompt, Prompt Perfect, I think they switched the direction of the name. It doesn't matter. So I'm going to go into, why is this not showing the? Let's see if this messes up my share. Share. No, it didn't. Didn't mess it up. Good. I find that sometimes the plugin tab kind of is a little glitchy. So again, I'm using Prompt Perfect. So click Prompt Perfect and then scroll down to the bottom. I'm going to, here, I already put together a prompt to test, but then we'll put one together live and come up with some ideas live. But this is one that I already created. So let's go and take a look at what I created, what I wrote, and you get an idea. And we can even tweak it right now if we want. So I have turn this into the perfect Kyber prompt, so I could turn the Midjourney image into a video with Kyber. So I'm in this version, I'm going to take the image. It's going to give me a Midjourney prompt, and I'm going to take that image and put it into Kyber. As he calmly sits there watching it. Everyone else on the beach is running. A wordsmith. That's a bunch of word, you know, garbage. Hey, what's up, Fuzzy? Good to see you, Fuzzy. I'm just going over how I've been coming up with Kyber prompts. Let's bring it. Some Kyber prompts. And hey, Fuzzy, I just want to remind you, anybody that leaves a comment in a comment while this live is going on or before I do my next live, just go to my Discord server at dunkmedia.club, open up a ticket, and let me know that you left a comment during the live, and I will make sure that I send you a little bit of Dunk as a thank you. Dunk is our community token, and it unlocks different things within our Discord and elsewhere. It's just it's internal token. So just if you just do that, leave a comment here like Fuzzy just did. He said, good afternoon. Or after during the replay, just leave a comment and let me know in the Discord at dunkmedia.com. Open up a support ticket and let me know, and I will happily give you a little bit of Dunk. Okay, back to it. Okay. So this is my prompt. I could always tweak it more. I mean, do I want to go, there's a meteor flying into the ocean at the distance. Let's see. I could say that, go deep into it. Okay. And if I wanted to say, like, dive into a particular, I can even say that it's part of like a, I can even say no, I'm not going to make this one photorealistic because we're going to go into another tab. So I'm just going to do this. So we're using the prompt perfect plugin. Let's see what it gives us. Oop. Yep. See, Fuzzy's on it. All right, Fuzzy, leave me, open up a ticket and let me know, and I'll send you some dunk. Anybody else watching this before I do my next live. So just so you know, one of the things that I'm committing to doing is putting out a piece of content every weekday, whether it be an uploaded piece of content here or a live like I'm doing right now. So if I can't do, it's either going to be a live or off too. You deserve days off. I deserve days off. You know. Okay. So look what it's given us. Here's it. So it actually created this. Describe a detailed scene of a serene young boy lounging on a picturesque sun-drenched beach as he calmly observes a massive tidal wave rapidly approaching him. While he rests on the beach, beachgoers frantically flee for safety, additionally providing insight into the presence of the meteor hurtling towards the ocean into the far distance. I am not a wordsmith like that. I'm not a wordsmith like that. So I can't do it. Here's a rephrased prompt for Kyber AI. So we have a couple, it rephrased it. There we go. So now I can just take this. And if I wanted to, like, I may say, I'm going to add one word into that just because I want to add one little tweak. But now we're going to go over to Kyber and see what we're able to get from that. So let's go back over to Kyber. To my Midjourney tab. When you subscribe to it, you are able to just create prompts within their messaging, either in their Discord, in your Discord. You could also just create I created just a Discord that I use just for this. It just has one channel in it, and I'm the only person in it. And then you could also just do it in your messaging. But I like using it in the Discord because then I could use combination of different bots and tools. Like I'll show you what I mean in just a second. But let's go to this. So let me just share this. All right. I need to change this. Sorry, I need to share my Discord screen. Where are you? Have you ever had too many windows open and you have no idea where everything is, and and you just need to hunt for it? Do that way too much. Okay, there we go. Okay. Perfect. It worked. Success. Okay, back to it. Okay, so this is my tab that I use for my, there we go. This is my tab, and hey, look at that. There's my thumbnail. Look what I was doing. I was using Midjourney to create my thumbnail. And yeah, I definitely didn't create a prompt this fancy just by myself. I was able to create a prompt using other tools to create it, and then I dove deeper into it. But okay, so let's just dive right into it. So I'm going to go and type this, and go to image, which that is a something you can use, and now I can just paste that prompt in there. I'm going to add one word, detailed cinematic. And then one thing to note, in this case, there's different aspect ratios that you could have. Like right now, you're watching me, I'm in 16:9, you know, the shape of what current TVs are like. But say you're making something and you want it to be for TikTok, you would just rotate that to 9:16. By default, Midjourney makes it by like a 1:1 image when it's output. So, but if you actually put this little code in the bottom, I'll just copy and paste it from my last one, where it says --AR and then the aspect ratio. And in this case, it's 16:9. Whatever aspect ratio you put in is going to be the output that you're going to get. You could just paste that there. So AR 16:9, and then this other part right here where it says V. It's kind of small, sorry, but it says AR 16:9 and then --V, which means version, and the current version of Midjourney is 5.1. So if we're going to do that, so I'm going to hit the enter button. It's going to give us 4 outputs based off of that prompt that we got from Prompt Perfect in ChatGPT. And then I just added, remember, I just added one word because I wanted it to be very cinematic, because we're making a movie, right? So I want it to be very cinematic. And you could also use, I mean, if you're trying to get ideas, use ChatGPT to brainstorm those ideas, to think about what your video is like. Hey, I want to make a video about, you know, let's go by the theme that we're just going by. It's like something that is cinematic. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to create an image based off of this. I'm going to show you a couple other plugins as well. So make sure you stick around. Yep, right. Fuzzy, I know. Way too many tabs, way too many. Like I don't know if you use a Mac, Fuzzy, but or you use a Chromebook, sorry. But on mine, I have like a bunch of different windows and then a bunch of different tabs in each window. So I'm like, every once in a while, I just have to go in and erase everything. Okay, this is almost done. So, okay. So that's kind of small, but. I don't know why the image isn't launching bigger, but you see, I have 4 different options now. I kind of like this top left one. It's more what I wanted. So I could always maybe the ships in the distance, but this one's really cool too. I like these left ones. So I could dive deeper into that and really create an image. So let's we're gonna pick one of these that's best. Which one? Let's see. I use the 1 tab extension. Compact those tabs. Come back. Yeah. I've used that in the past. I probably should use it again, Fuzzy. The 1 tab extension. Like I know that I need to get my tabs in order, but on top of that, I use several browsers. I have Brave, I have Chrome, I have Safari, I have Opera, I have a Firefox, and I use them all for different things. So sometimes when I'm like, oh God, I'm gonna go to this one for this purpose, and I keep them separate because I don't want some things. And I mean, Fuzzy, you could relate to this. I do some crypto stuff, and I have some browsers that I only use for crypto stuff, just because I don't want to have any oopsies that happen by clicking the wrong thing. But okay, so Fuzzy, maybe I'll wait a second if you had a thought on which one of these you liked better. Otherwise, I'll just go into one of them in just a second. But let me actually just go while this one's going. You can look at that for one more second, and then I'll go back and work on the other prompt real quick and see what we're going to get from it. So this is the one from Prompt Perfect. It's a plugin in ChatGPT. If you have ChatGPT Plus, which includes 4, then you could be able to get what got me this. So I mean, like, you could even take. Maybe I'll show you for comparison. This is this might be helpful. So I'm going to take the prompt that I actually wrote, and maybe I'll even add in the word cinematic because I added that in after the fact. But so I'm going to take the prompt that I wrote personally, not the one that was created. So maybe I should have done this for a young boy relaxing, beautiful. Cinematic shot of a young boy. Right, so it's basically the same thing. I added cinematic, so it's basically the same exact thing that we would get it there. Let's see what it gives us from this prompt. Bottom left? You like bottom left? Okay, I'm going to go with bottom left. Perfect. So while that's going, we're going to go and look at 4 more versions of the bottom left. So what I'll do here is if I go here, there's version 1, version 2, and you count 1, 2, 3, 4 from top left, top right, bottom left, bottom right. So we're going to go to, that would be number 3. So we're going to get 3 more versions of number 3. And look, I didn't actually put in the 16:9, but you're going to get the same idea of like the style. I got the aspect ratio wrong. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna redo it, but you get the idea. I should have put the aspect ratio. Yeah, I like the 2 left ones the best, Fuzzy. I probably could even use that other one. I like this. I like my output because I get so much better outputs if I just take the extra step before and don't just go to Midjourney, or I'm talking about Midjourney right now, but I'm going to take this to Kyber next, and then we could take these same prompts and see what Kyber will give us directly. But this is directly. I mean, these aren't bad photos. Let me be perfectly honest, but they're not exactly what I had asked for, you know, in that extent. They're very random, not very dialed in, and I mean, they're not bad, but this is better. It was more what I asked for. So let's look at these. And out of these ones, this one kind of top right, I'm leaning towards that just because it actually, this kid's maybe this one. I don't know, Fuzzy, if you're still there. So it doesn't have to be perfect because it's not going to be what our image is actually of. But let's do this bottom right one because I like how this kid has his knees sticking out where he's folding his legs. He's just calm and relaxed. So what we'll do here is we'll hit upres. So that's the U4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll hit U4. And it's going to give us a high resolution version of that, that one. So So then after this, we're going to go to Kyber and we're going to take this image and we're going to see what we're going to get. But then what we could do is we could take this same exact image that we have here, this same video prompt, and go directly to Kyber. We could look and see what we would have gotten if we didn't go through these steps. The same prompt that gave me this. So if I go directly to Kyber. All right, so it gave me my image. I'm just gonna make sure that so I'll just go back here. I'll save it and I'll go over to Kyber real quick. Let's save. Folder. Don't tell anybody. Okay, so let's go back over here to Kyber. So this is Kyber again. I'm on the upload page. So if you go to the main page, just so I can show you again, you're on your main page. I showed you that you can go here and you go to billing or my plan or my account. There's a link in the description on YouTube. And if you're on Facebook or if you are on Twitter, you could find that link by just going to my YouTube channel at youtube.com/@eToolbox, and make sure that wherever you're watching, make sure you hit that thumbs up or that heart, because that really helps the algorithm so more people could hear about how to do these cool things with these prompts in Kyber and create really cool videos. So, okay, so I'm going to go ahead and hit create video. And again, you have 3 different options: begin with an initial image, transform an existing image, and add a song. And the song one's kind of cool. I've been using it for just a hobby channel that I've been using just for fun, just to play around with these things. And then you could also start with a prompt. And we're going to start with the image right now. And here, let me just hide this real quick. I don't know if it's going to show you a bunch of stuff on my computer. You don't need to see all that stuff. That's my stuff. You don't need to see all that stuff. So I'm just going to take that image that we just grabbed from Midjourney. Okay, so I put the prompt there. Now you could add a song as well, and just when you add songs, it charges per length. Oh, they actually made it longer. It used to be a shorter amount. Now you could do up to 8 minutes of a single video, which is pretty cool. So, okay. So now I just have the photo. I'm not going to do a song on this one, but if you did that, yeah, there's some pretty cool stuff that you could do. You could create a whole entire music video, maybe create like, even if you split up the song piece by piece and said, I need a video segment for this piece of the music video, this piece of the music video. You're not going to just create one clip for the entire music video, but you're going to be able to create the shots that are needed. Make sure I got it. Cool. All right. So I am going to go ahead and go to the next thing. Let me just double check one thing real quick. Ooh, look at that. And just, you know, Fuzzy just shot me a message. So I'm going to be sure that I send Fuzzy. I'm going to do that right now. I'm in Discord. I'm going to go there real quick over to Discord. I'm going to prove that I'm actually going to send Fuzzy some of the coin that we use in our community called 𝐂𝐷𝐿. And it is our utility token. It unlocks some pretty cool stuff. So Fuzzy sent me a message in my chat or in my support tab. I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead. I could open up a send, and I could just go ahead. I'm going to send one dunk, which is our community token, to Fuzzy because he did what I asked, and you can still do it too. And I'll be happy to to do that. Oop. User. So Fuzzy, go ahead and send some to Fuzzy, and then I'm going to leave him a note. So thank you for commenting on the live, exclamation point. And then there you go. So I'm going to hit that, and it's going to send Fuzzy one of the dunk coins, which is our utility token. And if you just get involved and you comment on things, hang out in the Discord server, you're going to be able to earn these things, and you're going to be able to actually you can go buy dunk and gain access to these things, or you could just stay involved and earn access, which is just, I mean, there's something that's always bothered me is when people say, hey, there's no way for me to gain access to somebody's community, to the different things in their community. If you just stay involved, you're going to earn your way there, or you just buy your way there. It's up to you. It doesn't matter to me which path you choose. I just want to make sure that there's always a path for you to get there. It may mean that you have to go and hang out and retweet things or hang out with me on a YouTube live and comment on my lives, but you'll get there just like like Fuzzy just did, where he got a dunk just because he commented on this live. Oh yeah, Kyber is what Linkin Park used for their music video. I was actually just looking for that link. They used to have it on their main page, but yes, it is exactly what they used. And they used here. Let me just go back over to the page before I hit what they did is they actually, like I said, I looked a little bit into it, the method that they used, but if you look at their reverse engineering, a lot of it is clips that they pieced together that they created with prompts. So they could have created the prompts. So this could be like, but then what they also did was they used this transform existing video where the parts of the music video where they're actually playing their guitar and everything like that, they're using that, and it actually puts, if you've ever seen the movie A Scanner Darkly, which it's a Keanu Reeves movie where Keanu Reeves, they put a layer, which is, they shot it all around where I lived when I was growing up. So it was I nerded out about that when I was a kid. But they take that and it puts a layer of animation on top of the character, but this will do it automatically, and that is exactly what if anybody that sees it, it's what exactly what Linkin Park used to make their most recent music video. So we have the photo. We're going to go ahead and continue with the prompt. So what it's going to do, we have a boy sitting on the beach watching the sun go down, and a rocket is in the sky. So what we're going to be able to do is actually just go and grab our original prompt. I'm going to grab the original prompt, and just so it knows what it's about. And I'm going to paste that into Kyber here, which, of course, it wants to weird formatting. I'll get it. Okay. Okay, it wants it to be weird and small. I don't know if you guys could see that. There he goes. There it goes. Okay, so I just pasted that in. So that is the prompt. You put the prompt in here. I want to create a video of, let me just clean it up, a scene of a scenario. So I just put the same thing, clean it up, in a style of, and this is where you can be a little creative. You could either pick one of their pre-designed templates that they have. See, they have these different styles that you could pick from. Kind of like if you wanted to just go with something they already had, or you can go with cinematic, which I did say cinematic, photorealistic, 3D rendered, watercolor, oil painting, steampunk. I played around with steampunk a lot because I like steampunk stuff. It's fun. But you know, I mean, we could just, here, let me just zoom in here so you can see. So let's just go through these and just see which one of these looks exactly what we might want to go with. Otherwise, you could just type in here, describe the detail, like just type in whatever you want here, or you could use one of the defaults. But we're just going to use one of the defaults right now because you're going to be able to use whatever creativity you want there. But let me show you what actually happens when you click one of the defaults, and then you could modify things from there. So how about, I think that this would be really cool. And since the photo kind of has like this watercolory element to it already, let's click this. So you can click those, or even these ones down here. Let me just show you what happens. So it actually gives a photorealistic film grain. So if I wanted, I could say the watercolor. So I could take this, and I said I wanted it to be cinematic. I click this, click that, and just say add that at the bottom. So now it's going to have both of these elements just because I pasted them together. And when I'm happy with it, I can look over this. Okay. And in the style of a scene of a boy. So let's take a look. I could still add a song here if I wanted to. And now let's go to the next step. So, and we click on video settings. We double check our prompt that we're happy with it. And now we can adjust how long we want the video to be. By default, it's always set to 8 seconds. And these are basic camera movements. They're nothing crazy. So just keep in mind, if you are trying to make like a whole music video with this, I'd recommend chopping up the song and then doing it piece by piece. Otherwise, you're going to have one camera movement for the entire 3-minute video. If you want it to be like, I have a panning shot, a zoom in shot, a rotating shot, and all the different, like, look at a music video. They're not usually a 3-minute single shot. But let's try, I don't know if you're there. I think Fuzzy might still be there live. But Fuzzy, if or anybody else that's there, let me know in the comments if you want me to do a particular one. If not, I'll just go with one of them if I don't hear back from you. Let's take this away. Hide that from the stream. Yes, let me know. Otherwise, yeah, Fuzzy, if you had a Fuzzy's still here. If you want, I could do it zoom in, zoom out, rotate clockwise, counterclockwise, up, down, left, right. But otherwise, I'll just pick one if I don't hear back from you. Oh, good. I'll go with what I like. I tend to really like the zoom in or the zoom out is just like by the original image, and it's going to show that at the very beginning. Based off of that. So evolve. So what does evolve mean? Have you ever seen those videos that look like they're constantly changing every single shot, and they look like they're very, very, very random, and none of them really look similar? Or sometimes you see these videos that almost look like they're a real video. So there's two different ways that we could render this same shot. If I went, so lower equals more stable, which means if I go to a lower amount, it's going to be a more stable shot, meaning it's not going to have more variables in it. And if it's higher, it's going to be more wild, like something that's crazy. So if I want a shot that's just could maybe be in a music video that's more realistic, but like that Linkin Park one, for the most part, I'd imagine that they are probably somewhere around 1 or 2, you know, like the Linkin Park video. So let's go around number 2 just to see what we get. And then the boomerang feature, say you're making something short, maybe it's a something for social media and you want it to be a loopable thing, maybe if you're using, say, for instance, TikToks, if you're making a TikTok, a YouTube short, or IG Reel, one of the things reasons why you do that. But we're not going to do that today, or actually, let's do that today. But if you're just creating a shot that you want to use, actually, I'm not going to do the boomerang. Never mind, because I remember that it actually uses extra frames and you lose stuff. So, but if that's what you want, use the boomerang. So we're going to go to the next thing, verify. I'm going to go to preview frames, and it's starting to generate, or generating preview. It's generating the preview frames. They're constantly changing the UI at this. There we go. They added this extra. Okay, they actually just changed this a little bit. So the best image for this is actually new. This is actually a new feature that that they've added in really recently. Let's see which one I like the best. There we go. Let's have the download symbol. Sorry, this is actually something they just added that I haven't seen. So I actually like. Which one do I like the best? Yeah, I like this one the best. It's drawing to me. No, I like this one the best. I'm going to go with that one. Okay. And now I'm going to go to here. Why is it not doing it? Sorry. I just started the tab. Well, those. It's weird. Sorry, they changed it. There we go. Okay, you click it, not the download. There we go. Can you click more than? No, you click one. So we're going to go with this one. Actually, I like this one that has the other meteors falling. Let's do that one. Okay, I'm finally happy. Storyboard. There we go. Doing it again. Sorry about that. There we go. It was just adding weird. So I just hit create video. They just changed it a little bit. Why is this acting weird? So this is going to cost me 16 credits to make this video. Why didn't it make it 16 seconds long? I didn't need 16 seconds. Let's make it 8 seconds long like we were testing. There we go. Back to 8 seconds. No boomerang. Preview frames. I'm going to click here. Why is this acting weird? Sorry. Sorry about that. I feel like I'm letting you down. They just changed it, and now it's at preview keyframes. Great video. There we go. I don't know why that was acting. Gosh, sorry about that. Okay, now it takes a little bit of time to actually generate it. I did a very short one just because it is So remember, this is the one that is from the other image. So after this, I'm going to show you what I would have gotten if I just took the prompt that I just thought of out of my head. Now directly into Kyber using it. Like I went in, and then I'm going to show you another plugin that you could use. No worries, Fuzzy. Great. Thanks for hanging out. Again, Fuzzy, he commented and he was able to go grab a Dunk, which is one of our utility tokens that you could unlock things in the Discord and all around my ecosystem. I reward you with that, and you're going to be able to claim different things within my ecosystem, including some collectibles coming out pretty soon. So it's pretty good. So I'm really excited about that. And thanks, Fuzzy, for hanging out. So it's generating this this image. It takes a little time. Let me just go over to the tab and check the other one. It will give me a percentage, and let me just look. So it's crafting my masterpiece. I'm looking at it on the other tab right now. Oops. They made a lot of UI updates to their website pretty recently. But yeah, it takes a few minutes to actually create the prompt. There we go. Creating your masterpiece. So it's still loading. So let's just go. Actually, while we're doing this, I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to go back to Midjourney, so I could just, or not Midjourney, ChatGPT, so I could show you how I could do this with another tool and kind of get a different output. And then I'll show you how to do it directly in Kyber. So I could have also taken that same exact prompt and gone directly into Kyber and skipped the Midjourney step. But I find that I'm able to kind of fine tune the starting image a little bit better if I go through Midjourney or an app like that. So do that, and I'm going to refresh this prompt real quick. I'm always paranoid when I hit refresh on prompts, just because because when I hit refresh, if I have the tab open on my streaming tab, then I don't get it. So then it just refreshes it, and then I lose the stream, and then I have to wait a second, and I lose all my tabs. Okay, I'm going to turn off perfect prompt, which is the one that we were just using. And I'm going to go and I'm going to turn on one other one right now. Where are you? It is photorealistic, which is one that I've actually been using a lot to create my thumbnails for these. But like I used photorealistic to actually create images that include myself. And then, hey, I even use another tool, which I did a video on the other day, that swaps my face. It will swap my face or your face or anybody's face onto an AI image. And it's not perfect, I'll be perfectly honest, but it's coming. It's getting there. I have way too many extensions that I've added. You probably won't have this many there. No, that's not it. Why am I blind? Hey, ChatGPT, you know what you need? You need to be able to go to the top here and have this thing called search. It's mind blowing. It's this invention, and you could thank me later. I take tips, I take grants or whatever, whatever. I'll take it all. As I could have just typed in photo. I have found it. So if you don't know what photorealistic is, it generates photorealistic prompts for Midjourney. So now I could just take that same. So what I'm going to do is to take that. So I have the extension there, and I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to grab it from the other one that I had. Okay, so I'm going to grab my original one. There we go. Of course, my thumbnail keeps on heading weird. Okay, so I'm going to grab this one. I'm going to leave the cinematic part because I just want to make sure that that's kept in. So that's my prompt. I'm going to go over here, and I am going to Okay, so again, I have photorealistic plugin turned on, and this is the prompt right here. Look, I didn't even spell cinematic right in the last one. I don't know how to spell stuff. Give me a Midjourney. A clear Midjourney prompt for the image. So what's it's going to do, just like the other one launched prompt perfect. It's perfect prompt, and now it's prompt perfect. Now it's launching photorealistic. Just open it up, and so it grabbed instructions. Oh wow, that is a nice, really well thought out prompt. Look at that. It's really. So it's giving me the prompt to capture a hyper-realistic, high-detailed, and high-resolution 16K photograph of a young boy sitting on a sun-drenched beach. The boy is relaxing, seemingly oblivious to the chaos around him. The beach is filled with people, but they are all running away. Running away. It's moving, sorry. They're all running away, their faces filled with terror. In the distance, a massive tidal wave is rising from the ocean. There's a lot more detail than even perfect prompt, because this is photorealistic is meant to make prompts that are actually for this. Like they're actually for this. Okay, so again, you could always do some minor tweaks and stuff like that to it if you need to. So the color should be vibrant with the ocean. So it gave me two different options to go with. So let's just grab these, and I'm going to actually remove the style raw. I just want it through here, 5.1, and it includes 16:9. Again, you could change the aspect ratio. So I'm going to take this, and we're going to go over to, we're going to go and take this. You could take this, and again, there's different options. You're going to be able to take it and put it into something like Midjourney. Well, let's just see what Midjourney gives us. So I'm going to just type in Midjourney. I'll bring it up in 1 second. Let me just bring it up. Why 1 second when I could do it now? Okay, so I just have it here at the bottom. I'm going to type in the prompt, and we're going to see what we get from here. That's a pretty well flushed out description. It's going to give us a couple different things, and I'm not going to go through the whole entire process of doing this, but I'm going to show you how I get this from here, and then I'm going to show you how I could just take this same thing and put it into Kyber. And I'm going to take this and put it directly into Kyber and see the kind of result that you can get directly into Kyber. But I did like this one. I really did like the result of this. I'm happy with it. But this is another option, because if I didn't find something that I liked from Prompt Perfect, I can always go here, and it's going to give me a very different style as well. Because the idea of photorealistic is to give a very photorealistic type image, but perfect prompt or prompt perfect. I keep on saying it backwards. Why am I always saying it backwards? Let's see, this is 78%, and we're going to see a couple of these that it produced. Oh, it's not done yet. 93%. There we go. So these are obviously it's a photorealistic version. So if you want something that's more photorealistic, like I actually really like this. I mean, this one feels superimposed, but it actually gave me a very detailed photorealistic idea of what I mean, and it gave me different, this is kind of cool. It gave me different cultures, different types of people, yeah, that's really awesome. I really actually, even though it makes absolutely no sense, I like this bottom left one. But think about it this way. This could be a really cool video that you put into Kyber that uses this as like the first frame. This doesn't necessarily have to be a tidal wave, but this one definitely bottom right feels like a tidal wave. This kid is not calm. I mean, as this giant wave is coming towards them, this feels like, okay, I'm not going to dive too deep into this anymore, but you get the point. You can get some pretty cool images from that, and you could take this same exact prompt. You could take the image that you want, or you could take the prompt. And let's go back over to Kyber and see what's going on over there. Let me just check that. Is it done? Is it done? Looks done. Okay, let's go over to Kyber and we're going to see what we got from Kyber. Okay, you see some of the other things that don't look at my goat smoking a cigarette. That was don't look at him or any of my weird things that all these are using the first frame, by the way. They're not a bunch of the same videos. So I haven't even watched this yet. I'm going to click on it. We're going to see again. Okay. So you see the image that it created. I told it to zoom in. It's only 8 seconds long. It's actually a really cool shot. Again, it's not something that's going to be super long, but it's 8 seconds long. That actually turned out really cool. As I gave it that artistic look. And I actually want to make this. I'm going to probably use these images for more stuff. I actually really like what we created. But yeah, so say you wanted to create a similar thing. So you take an image, you create a series of images, or maybe you go directly into Kyber and you create your prompt. If you just changed this part of the prompt, it would change what's happening in the image. So I gave it directions, a tidal wave of things that are happening. And then in the style of you would just take this, the style, keep that consistent, and you could give it different directions in the video. That's actually a really cool video. I'm actually really impressed. I'm sorry, I'm easily impressed. Let me actually go look over here on here, and I'm just going to grab our original prompt, and I'm going to see, not the original prompt. So I'm going to take the, I'm going to take the prompt right here that we got our image here with, and I'm going to go back over to Kyber. And we're going to create another video. I'm going to create a video. But again, you could take an image, like say you took a video of me, and you could overlay. It's sort of like the Linkin Park music video that they made, which Kyber, I could have sworn it's in here somewhere. That they, is this it? Yeah, it's right here. If you go over to, they moved it. It used to be under gallery, but now it's Kyber Studio. You go here, you can look at some of the things like Linkin Park. I'm not going to be. I don't want to get flagged for playing Linkin Park music on my site on my stream by accident. But if you click it, see that this image right here, this is an example of it. This is actual person. They used the image they used the overlay, which created that kind of a scanner darkly effect or whatever, you know, they wanted. And while they're singing in on stage, that's what happens. They get that. So it's really cool. Go check this out. It's under Studio. Again, if you want to try out Kyber, there is a link in the description on my YouTube. If you are watching this on Twitter or on Facebook, welcome. It's great to see you. And just go over to my YouTube channel for any of the links. It's at youtube.com/@ symbol /Toolbox. There's also a ticker at the bottom of the screen. If you're like, I can't understand a word that Jonathan's saying, you can go there and there's also my Twitter handle. If you would like to go and follow me on Twitter, you can go and follow at JW Dunkerley. If you want any of my links, they are in the description on YouTube at youtube.com/@eToolbox. So just go there. Okay, we are going to go ahead and go back over to Kyber, and we are going to click Create Video. And then we are just going to go to just start with a prompt. Again, this if you actually want to check if you want to check out some of the things that I've done with the music, I have a lo-fi channel. It's a youtube.com/@Dunk Lo-Fi Vibes. So Dunk Lo-Fi Vibes is the handle on that one. So so if you want to see some of that, I'll share that. I also do like 24-hour streams of like some lo-fi music with some cool AI video to accompany it. So check that out. It's a hobby of mine, but I just have fun doing it. So it's a good place that I could just put content that I like. So we're gonna go ahead and we're just gonna just start with a prompt, and it's the same thing. So I'm going to go ahead and type in that is the original prompt. So we're starting with a prompt, and just for consistency, I'm going to go over to, I'm going to click this. I'm going over to the other one. I'm going to grab the exact, I don't want any kind of like, but you use different settings, you use these different things. So I'm just going to, I'm going to do what we did here where we chose this one and then added cinematic to it, the cinematic settings. So it's basically, it doesn't really matter, I guess. I could have just done it like that, but it's the same thing. The cinematic, but saying it's watercolor. So we are taking the same exact settings with the prompt and skipping Midjourney and coming directly here. So we took the prompt, describe, and we changed this detailed cinema. I want to create a video of, we changed this a little bit so it flows, a detailed cinematic. There we go. Okay, so this is basically the same exact thing that we had. You remember the first one we did with an image that we generated by Midjourney, but now we are going directly through Kyber with the prompt that ChatGPT generated for us. And again, the point of this is that we would like to have a video that ChatGPT helped us create a better prompt to give to Midjourney, or not Midjourney, well, to Midjourney or Kyber to create a video that is more in line with what we want. So more detailed, exactly what we want. Get our mind. The thing is, it's called prompt engineering. So you could do that. So, okay. So when you do it with no image, so when I put the 16:9 image in, what it did is it gave me a 16:9 output. If you give it an image that is 4:3, if you give it 1:1, 3:4, 9:16, that is the output you're going to get. So one thing that I even realized is I had an image that was the wrong size. I just had to go into something like Canva, and I was able to output it. I added, either stretched it or I added some stuff onto the side, whatever. I wanted to actually get the image to the right size. In that case, I just it was a white background, so I just made it white. You get the idea. But it got the image, the output how I wanted. So in this case, let's just go ahead and do 16:9 because that's what we did before. I want to keep the settings pretty similar. So again, you know how you could make this you can make these up to 8 minutes long. The reason why I'm doing these short ones is if it is something, like I said, like 8 seconds, like, oh, I like that. But if I like it after 8 seconds, I could take these same exact settings and output more things like it. So I'm like, I tested it 8 seconds. Okay, I like that. Now I output the 20-second one, or maybe I want to make a full like minute long thing or whatever it is. I could test it with the shorter amounts. And let's just do the same exact things that we did before. So we're going to zoom in, same settings, and we had boomerang turned off, and I had this set to 2. So we're doing all this. I say go and try out these different ones. If you want to try Kyber, there is a link to it in the description. It helps support the channel if you end up going through that, and it doesn't cost you anything to go through that link if you end up using it. I have the same exact settings, 8 seconds, 16:9, zoom in, the evolve level of 2, and I turned off boomerang. So it is exactly the same thing. The only difference is that before I went and took this exact same prompt and I went to Midjourney. And remember, this prompt I got from this particular prompt I got from Prompt Perfect. So I gave it what I wanted, and it Prompt Perfect gave me it. The other one, which is photorealistic, and I like them for my thumbnails because I'm able to make thumbnails that look pretty photorealistic, including myself. And then I could go and swap out my face. Go to preview frame that they added in before I checked it. I know I should have gone into this last night before I when I was prepping this live and double checked that they hadn't made any changes. Shame on Jonathan. Shame. Hey, and just a reminder, Fuzzy already did it. If you go and if you leave a comment here on this live, whether you're here live or you are watching the replay or anything like that, go to dunkmedia.club. There's also a link to it in the description as well as in the ticker at the bottom of this live. If you go there and leave a comment on YouTube and let me know you did it by opening up a ticket in my Discord at dunkmedia.club, let me know that you did it. Be honest. I can go and check if I really wanted to. I'll probably, but be honest. Just go. It doesn't take much to leave a comment here and just say hi, or actually ask a question, or let me know what you think about the live. If you're getting value out of this live, this content, let me know. I love I'd rather be getting value than not. So okay, go ahead. Yep. Okay, so we have these 4 different frames. So this took a very different turn, if you see what I'm saying. So not even similar to what Midjourney outputted. I mean, they both have similar things. I think that the closest thing is actually this one. Let's see what it actually outputs, because I like going through Midjourney in the middle, because I'm able to fine tune and craft exactly what I want, and then I base it off of this. So I really do like the way that adding that gap. You wonder why I just don't usually just come straight here and use the prompt. And this is why, because I could fine tune my result before I output the video. So I'm just going to go ahead here. I'm going to pick this one because it actually has this light in the distance. Most of these are just like looking at rivers and people looking at scenery. Not exactly what I wanted. But hey, again, that's why I'm showing you. So I'm going to go ahead and click create video, and it's going to generate the video. Okay, so now that's going to take a couple minutes to generate. So let's go ahead and do that. 16 by 9, 8 seconds long. And let's go over, what was I going to do? I was going to show you something super awesome. Okay, so that's generating. Oh yeah, I remember what I was going to show you. Sorry. My brain's not fully awake yet, or at all. Okay. Go back over to, and again, this is how you, so this is not going to be, obviously I'm not a, this is probably going to go really bad if I try and swap my face with this child's, but I could, let's just do it just to see what happens. Let's just swap my face with all these. I don't even know what face I have put in there. It's going to give me the weirdest outputs in the world, I imagine. I already know that these are not going to be great, but I'm going to scroll back up. I'll show you examples of a couple different face swaps. Here's a good example. I'll just show you real quick. This is just another plugin, Insta Face Swap, and it's free right now. So you just upload these different images, and you're able to swap your face on these. So if you created, say, something in Midjourney, let me give you an example of what you could do. You can create something in Midjourney, a photo with AI, and say I took this image, which, I mean, should I grow my hair like that? I mean, I think, or even like this. I mean, I think this is a good way for you to figure out if you look really good with a certain hairstyle. I mean, let me tell you, like, I don't know. I think that I'm going to look pretty darn good with this, like, short on the sides. Or, hey, man, if I just go let these locks just flow, I'll look like that. I mean, this one, the teeth kind of, like, bottom right, the teeth kind of got messed up, which is fine. It's slightly teeth issue on this one. But I think that these turned out pretty darn good. I mean, I could show you the previous version. This is the actual real photo. I mean, in all honesty, their teeth look about the same in these videos. So I think it's an issue with the actual output versus this. But these two, the top right, top left, or top right, bottom left versus the one that outputted, man, that turned out really good with my face on it. But point is, I could take this, say, now I don't necessarily think that this is going to be the image that I would use. Who knows? Maybe I want me going through a tunnel. It's going to be a video, but I could use this as my inspiration because I fine-tuned it and I use my face. So I'm going to be able to actually use that stuff. So let me just go check in, see if my output's still going. Still crafting my masterpiece right now. But yeah, so those are a lot of different things that you could be doing with Kyber to create these images. And we're going to see what I feel already right off the bat. And this is based off of, me actually, oh God, before I sorry, I have to stop one second. I'm sorry. Oh God, this bottom right one. Like, the kid, with my face on it. Okay, it really messed up the mouth, but I gotta click off that because that was. And then it tried to put it on this kid's face. Okay, I need to contain myself. That kid's face versus with attempt to make it look like, oh my god, that kid looks like me. I think this bottom left one I think turned out pretty good. It looks like a kid version of me, but with adult features on their face. Okay, I got to go back to Kyber. Okay, it's done it. It's done it. Okay, so let me go back over to Kyber for you so you can see our output. So this is the output that it got with the same exact prompt. So the same exact prompt is right there. Now, that's not a bad image, but that's 100% not what I wanted. You know, it's cool. I could have even turned down it stylized with the same effects. I started off with the same prompt that I got from Perfect Prompt or Prompt Perfect. I gotta slap my hand every time I say it backwards because they switched it. It was Perfect Prompt, now it's Prompt Perfect, and now yeah, I'll be frustrated until I get it right. Okay, but yeah, so this is not a bad video. This is not a bad image. It's just not what I asked for. It's not what the prompt that I initially started. And it's the one that I got from there. So, but even if I took, now let's actually try one more before we go. So I'm going to go back to the very beginning. So this is so we're going to go ahead and we're going to do one more prompt here. So I'm going to go ahead and go, yeah. I'm going to we're going to do one more test. So before I go, I'm just going to show you so you see a reminder of my videos. I'm going to go to my videos. So we have the two different things that we outputted here today. So I'm going to click on this. This is this output, which, do you remember the original thing was basically like a tidal wave. I wanted a shot of a kid sitting on a beach with a tidal wave. Cool. Without going through Midjourney, and I went directly to Kyber, gave it the same exact prompt, with the same exact style descriptions, so same directions, but skipped Midjourney, and this is what I got. Now, again, I think these are still pretty cool videos, still pretty cool clips, but the other one is what I asked for. That's what I wanted. So, but I went through these couple little extra steps and I was able to get what I wanted versus it just being some random, whatever. So, okay, so let's do one more. We're going to do one more test. We're going to go back to, we're going to create a video. Actually, let me go back here because we're just going to, again, I want to keep things consistent so you can't say like, Jonathan, you created all this stuff. It's wrong. Like all that stuff. I'm not going to. So we're going to create a video again. We're going to start with the prompt. Again, these are cool features too. I've done some videos on these, but you're going to get more stuff out of that. So let me just type this in again. Okay. I want to create a video of that's the same thing. And then, oop, that's actually the wrong thing. Goes in here, sorry. Okay, so we got that, and I'm gonna go ahead and grab that original prompt that we had written, that we dropped into ChatGPT, and we got the photorealistic version, which was very photorealistic, and the prompt perfect. I did it right, guys. I said prompt perfect instead of perfect prompt. You should be proud of me. So I'm gonna paste that in here. I'm just gonna make that a lowercase because I'm OCD. There we go. So that is exactly what I asked for from the prompt that they gave me on ChatGPT with the two different plugins. Perfect prompt. Did it again. Prompt perfect. And so now we are going to go to, we have our same exact style. Hit photo settings. We are going to do the same exact settings for consistency, 8, 16 by 9, zoom in. We are going to do 2, and then we are going to go to preview. This was that they added this extra preview frame, which is new. I like it, actually. Okay. So I gave the exact same thing. Still. Okay, at least we're at a beach. For some reason, all of these, like, none of these, the closest thing, this feels like they're at a beach. None of these actually feel like they're at a beach, except for this top left one. It's the closest thing. It kind of looks like it has a thing in the sky. It almost looks like they're on top of some sort of ancient city in the top right. So I'm just gonna go with this one. Man, that's okay. So, and I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and I'm gonna hit create the video, and when we're gonna wait a few more minutes, and then we're gonna see what we get. But again, the point that I'm trying to get at is that, you know, let this generate, but the point that I'm trying to get at is that you could just go ahead and take your thought, put it into Kyber. You could take your thought, put it into Midjourney. But if you take the extra steps, you start at ChatGPT, you use one of the plugins, which makes it so you're going to be able to take your thought and rewrite. Let me tell you, even without those, they do a pretty good job of rewriting, but using things like photorealistic, you're going to have to give it less instruction. Using things like prompt perfect. I did it right. Prompt perfect, not perfect prompt. You're going to be able to get a more fine-tuned prompt that you're going to be able to then put into things like Midjourney. Then Midjourney is going to be able to create an image that's going to be able to inspire your video. So for me, I think that this is just a way for you to actually get the output that you want. You could go and take the extra steps just to actually get the final result. I think that that's insanely valuable to be able to just get those results. So let me go. Okay, it's still crafting it. You know, I just can't get over. I can't get over this. Like, take a look at this again, guys. Look. Okay. I'm gonna save these for later because these two. Okay, these two need to be done. So let's do up-res this one and this one, just because I need to have fun with this later. Don't hate me. I'm having fun. Okay, so this is already done. So let's just, well, I'll stop the second that Kyber's done doing its thing. It's still creating our video, so we still have a few minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna create a. And one thing I've noticed about the face swap is that it doesn't. Says I used it 4 times, but that seems to reset every single day. So there might be a limit, but I've never reached it. So let's have a quick laugh together. Oh my. I look so good with my old face on that child's body. That's disturbing. This, I think, is close to perfection right here. This is, I think that this is one of the best things I've ever seen in my life, in all honesty. And I think that, yeah, that is 100% the best thing I've ever seen in my life. Okay, sorry. I need to take a drink of my water, tea. It's Celsius. I'll be perfectly honest with this. I got addicted to drinking those Celsiuses because they're yummy. I'll be perfectly honest. Okay, let's see. Is it done? Is it done? It's still crafting my map. Oh, it's almost done. Okay. Again, so now we're going to go over here. I'm going to share this screen again, and you're going to see the result. So this is what I got with that same exact prompt. Again, it's kind of cool looking, but it's not what I was thinking. It's not what was in my head when I wanted the output. This is what I typed in. For some reason, these prompts think that there's giant mountaintops that we're shooting towards instead of, we got a little bit of like, looks more like the top of the mountains on fire or something like that. So I'm going to go back to my videos and we're going to see the difference. So I'm going to look at the 3 different ones that we've generated in here. And you see, notice, hey, my credits have gone down a little bit. My credits reset in what's today, in what, 3 days, I think my next billing cycle. But one thing that's nice about that is they'll give me another 1,000 credits that I could use. And then then if I don't use any credits before then, I would have 1,131, and it compounds. So I really do appreciate that they don't just make them go away. So again, it's not going to let me just hover over to see. So this one, I generated this image with Midjourney. I started in ChatGPT and I generated this image in Midjourney. You can see all the fun typing that I wrote there. And it actually, I wanted it to be a kid sitting on the beach watching a meteor hitting the ocean. And, you know, it didn't get quite, I could have dove deeper, trial and error. It didn't quite get the people running away. So I could have tweaked a few things here. I want to make sure that in the prompt I get things, and you can have a conversation with ChatGPT first, and then trial and error in Midjourney before you're spending all of your credits in Kyber. Then you could have, like, if I spent like a little bit more time with this, I could have come up with like a perfect, exactly what I wanted, but this is like 95% there. I just wish there was like 1 or 2 people like running for their lives in the sand. But and then this one that we had, again, it wasn't bad. I took that same prompt, that perfect prompt perfect. Told you to remind me. You're supposed to remind me. You're supposed to remind me that I say it wrong. And it gave me this output. When I took that prompt, I skipped Midjourney and I went directly to Kyber and I got this. But then I took my original prompt that I gave ChatGPT and I put it that, and it gave me this. So you see the difference in quality of these 3 different things. In more generic, so it's like the most generic, mid-generic, more fine-tuned to what I asked for. And remember, if I want it to be a little less crazy, I could always just make it more stable and things like that. So it's pretty awesome. And yeah, I was able to do that really quickly. I mean, think about it. Like I'm spending time talking to you and actually showing you what I'm doing. And I didn't necessarily have to fine tune those things. I would have sat there and I would have fine tuned it and gotten exactly what I wanted. But just real quick prompts, these 3, that to me, let me know in the comments actually which one you like the best, based off of, I know that they're all 3 of these are pretty cool. I think that they actually turned out as 3 individual cool videos that you could use for different things. But this one to me, let me open it again. This one is more what I asked for. I wanted a shot of the beach. I wanted a shot of like a meteor, like hitting the, a thing with giant waves. That was the idea, like something hit in the distance. And after you have a style that you like, you could fine tune the prompt and create new prompts. I'm like, and yeah, I mean, like here's this is the one that I like. You let me know which one you like the best, because this is exactly what I was asking for, kids sitting on a beach. And I did that because I was able to go here and go to ChatGPT, which again, I'm using in this particular one, I was using the photorealistic, which gave me the more photorealistic outputs, which we didn't really dive too deep into using those, because I've been using those more for my thumbnails when I'm on my thumbnail. And then I use the face swap tool, which I talked about a little bit earlier. And but prompt perfect is what got me the prompts that gave me the image. So yeah, I think that Kyber is a really cool tool. Again, if you're watching this on Twitter or Facebook, all the links are in my description. If you wanted to try out Kyber, I know they have a free version, but I think that their cheapest one is like $5 a month if you pay for the year, but I do the one that's $10 a month, or $10 a month if you pay for the year, or 15 is the current prices. So I think it's really worth it if you're going to be making videos like this. It's super easy for people that don't know how to do anything with, like, oh man, I don't know anything how to do any of the technical side of anything. I don't know how to build apps. You don't need to. You just need to learn how to generate the best prompt, which to me, using things like ChatGPT and the plugins like Prompt Perfect, you got me, Prompt Perfect or Photorealistic. And I'm going to keep keeping my eye out. I check the prompts every single day, or the plugins every single day, to see if there's any new plugins that are going to be useful, which there are some pretty cool ones. I'm going to be talking a lot more about some of these plugins that I've been using. I think this is one of my favorite things to ever happen with ChatGPT so far, the plugins, and also being able to access they use Bing's browse search engine, which pretty much opens up ChatGPT to almost the entire internet. But yeah, and I've even used ChatGPT to reverse engineer multiple videos and stuff like that, and help me, like, including this one. I watched a couple videos and I wanted to write my outline. I posted a couple things. We're not going to get into that right now. It's a completely different topic. But but yeah, this was super easy to do when you actually use these extra steps. If you want it to look like the one that I did, remember for this one, I used Prompt Perfect, went to I went from Prompt Perfect in ChatGPT 4. I used that plugin, went over to Midjourney, used that, and then dove into a couple layers deep and ended up with an image, went over to Kyber, and then used the same instructions, and then came up with my style in Kyber. And then I generated this image. And if I like this, I could just take this, these instructions, and then kind of dive into it, or use the same exact prompt that I used in here to just modify it and have ChatGPT modify this prompt to whatever I need it to be. So yeah, I think that this is definitely a really cool tool. Check it out. And again, hey, it's great to have you live. It's amazing. Server at dunkmedia.club. Open up a support ticket and let me know that you left a comment, and I'm gonna make sure that you have your first dunk, which is our community token, utility token, which unlocks a bunch of cool stuff within my community. And that way you could earn your way to whatever I'm actually doing in my community, versus you having to just, hey, I don't want to have to put up these paywalls when you could just hang out with again, leave a comment. Oh, what's up, Fuzzy? I'm just at. These were the 3 outputs that I got, and of course it takes. Come on, load. There it goes. So the 3 outputs that I got, Fuzzy, and the 3 different ways that I got them. This doesn't take forever to load the entire time. So this first one, and I think that you were here when I was setting this one up, was the kid on the beach. And here, let me actually bring it up. There we go. It was the kid on the beach, and I'll play this in a second so you can see. It's the kid on the beach. And the way I got this one was I used the app Prompt Perfect, which is a plugin in ChatGPT to take some of my thoughts and have it reformatted into a much better prompt that I then took to Midjourney and created an image in Midjourney, because then I could fine tune it. You have more credits that you could use in Midjourney, really, really fine tune the image that you want. And then I went over to Kyber and I took the image and I put it into Kyber, and I designed the shot that I wanted. I designed everything in Kyber based off of that image. The next one that I did, this one right here that has I gave it the same exact, me getting my thoughts out. It gave me the prompt, and I skipped Midjourney and went directly to Kyber. The same exact prompt that it gave me produced this, which it's similar, but it's not. To me, it's not what it's a beautiful shot, but it didn't produce what I was asking for. And then same thing when I took my original prompt and I just put it directly into Kyber. Again, it produced something, a cool image, but it wasn't what I was asking for. So what I did was I went and created my prompt using prompt perfect. I keep on saying it backwards. Prompt perfect, and created the prompt that is going to end up giving me the final output that I want. So because I took the 3 steps that got the output that I want versus me just going directly to Kyber, and going directly to Kyber, I got this. If I went to Midjourney or ChatGPT and then to Kyber, I got this. If I went to ChatGPT and then went to Midjourney and then to Kyber, I got this. And to me, it loads. Sorry. I feel like the internet's I feel like I'm lagging too in my image. I'm not sure if it's that way on the stream. Might be getting buffering issues. That's weird, but you saw the thumbnail and you saw it earlier. So but yeah, so let me just go back here. Go back here. Yeah, so go and try out all those different methods. Again, I like taking those 3 steps. I get a better output. And if you want to try out any of those tools, there's links in the description. You know, that we have, again, I used ChatGPT for, you can just go to ChatGPT's website for that as well. Then I used Midjourney to create the image, and then Kyber. And Kyber, there's an affiliate link in the description. If you wanted to support the channel, you could always click that affiliate link. It doesn't cost you anything extra to go through that link. But yeah, so give it a try. Let me know what you've tried in the comments. You could also jump into my Discord server. I have an AI section. I'm going to be making like a Midjourney and video AI section as well. And you could just let me know what you've actually created. Just go ahead and post it in there. And yeah, awesome. Thanks for hanging out with me. Great to see you, Fuzzy. And he, just a reminder, Fuzzy, he went over there and he let me know that he left a comment and I sent him some dunks. So you could do that too before our next live. So I'll see you all in the next live. I'm making a commitment to going either live or uploading a video for you every single weekday or 5 days a week. So for instance, like next week, I'm going to have some conflicts as far as not being able to go live every single day. So I'm going to give you some more extra videos. I'm going to make sure that you have some content every single weekday so we can all hang out every day. But hey, you know, I'm taking the weekends off. You should take the weekends off too. We all deserve days off. So make sure you take those too. So again, see you next time. Make sure that you go into the Discord server at dunkmedia.club and let me know that you left a comment on YouTube, and watch one of these videos that pop up next if you're watching the replay, and I will see you in the next one.